And so tell me a little bit about Ayden. You know, what kind of a son was he like?
Ayden just got off seizure medicine. Ayden's really a to himself kind of person. Ayden is very outgoing. Ayden likes to play video games a lot. He doesn't really do too much. So he just is overall a good child.
Right. And was he an older brother?
He was the older brother.
Oh, what was he like to his younger brother?
They used to fight a lot. You know, kids and siblings fight, and that's just the nature of children. But for the most part, they really cared about each other. They really loved each other. When one would get in trouble, they would cry. When the other one would get in trouble, they would cry. Or they would try to give each other things to keep them from crying or to feel like they're in a bad situation.
Yeah. Oh, what was his favorite subject in school?
I really don't know what his favorite subject is. He doesn't really like school. I don't think any child really likes going to school. But he really, that has to be that, or just being able to have free time to play on his game or computer. He really enjoyed playing Xbox, Fortnite. His friend that he always plays with, Elijah, hasn't been on the game ever since. And Elijah is the last person that has talked to my son. I mean, and Mama.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine what you're going through. I mean,
it's very hard. I know a lot of people have made it seem like they were unsupervised. We're talking about preteen boys. We're talking about parents that just feel like every day going outside is a normal day. I mean, it just felt like a normal day, and I just want everybody to know it's not that they were unsupervised. They were very well supervised. They were said they were going outside, and before we knew it, they had went somewhere they were not supposed to go.
Right. And I mean, talk about the emotions, this toll. I mean, it's been 17 hours.
I haven't slept. I've had probably 45 minutes of sleep. I am very shaky. I feel like it's just a dream, and I've not woke up, and I just hope and pray that better news than the worst scenario, but I have prepared myself for the worst. I just appreciate everybody that has come together to look for him, search for him. I really appreciate all of that. And for anybody that's got kids, you don't realize how quick they say that they're going to go outside and play. And I just want everybody to just realize, like, when you don't think it's going to happen to you, it can happen to you. And I just want everybody just to realize you need to grab your children at night and really extra hold them and extra kiss them and love on them, and just acknowledge how much that you care about them every day, and just try not to take stuff for granted.
Right. And how are the kids, the family? How is everyone holding?
Everybody's teared up. Everybody's missing work. Everybody has not slept. The youngest brother feels like it's his fault because he wasn't there to protect him. We're talking about an 11-year-old child that we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if he's okay. We don't know if he's, I mean, we really don't. And then I have to prepare myself for the worst, and then to get my other child into counseling. You know, I don't know. If anybody can come together as they allow people on motorcycles, bikes, four-wheelers, boats, if you have anything to just get in these woods and look, I'd only hope that people doesn't bash me or the family, and just realize that it can happen to you.
Right. Yeah. And as a mother, I can't even imagine having to process all of this and still be a mother.
It's very hard. It's very hard. Like, I'm shaking because it just is a nightmare. It really is a nightmare. And a lot of people didn't really get to know Ayden because he was to himself, or very homish. But he just really was a good child.
And I mean, if you could describe him, I mean, I know you're kind of saying he's to himself, but I mean, did he like to go outside and play?
He never went outside and played. That's why I don't understand how this happened. We've expressed to them over the weeks, do not play in that river. Do not play in that river. They're old enough to, you got to give them a little space. So I just feel like, I don't really know how to feel. I just know Ayden never went outside. He was always on his game, and it's like a blink, and he's just not here now.
Oh, and it just seems like this is happening more and more, you know. I mean, I don't even know, especially on this river and many other rivers. 4th of July weekend just happened. I mean, it just seems like it's a never-ending
very,
cycle.
very bad. Just people really need to make their children somehow just tell them where they're going, and I hate that this may have to be a lesson learned, and I'm very scared. Like, I'm very shaky. I don't know what to think or feel, and I just am very grateful for everybody that's put effort into just being here for me and my family.
Have you gone into his room?
I went into his room. I've cried. I've held his things. I've laid on his bed. I know before I went to sleep or left the house this morning, I took my youngest son and just held him and cried, man, and just told him I loved him, because you just don't know when something bad is gonna happen. And then it's a lot of social media that people just get bashed and stuff, but the world needs to come together instead of all this fighting and bashing people. I mean, it just very well could be anybody that it happens to.